Cesar, hi, Daphne here. Thank you for your email and really good to get your last essays. Of course, we can put the course on hold for you. It's no problem. You have access for 30 days anyway. If you get a reminder about it, an extension, just forward it to me and I will sort that out. It's not a problem. Also, the extra pack, if you want to continue with that, I'd love to carry on with you, and I will keep that discount open for you as well. So don't worry, we completely understand it is a really expensive, very difficult business, this exam, and we understand all that, I promise. Now, what I am worried about is this. Okay, I read about the topic before the start. Okay, you shouldn't do that. Okay, the whole thing with this exam is it's just like general knowledge. I know some of the questions are really, really hard, but if you're reading about it before your exam, you are giving yourself extra preparation time. I mean, if you read about it and you remember it, that's fine, but be careful doing that because obviously in the exam, you could have a question you've never even thought of, and your skill is planning. Your skill is thinking under pressure. Yeah. Um, I will send you the link to two podcasts I have done. One is a conversation me and Ben talking about brainstorming ideas. And another one I just did recently about maps. The map questions are not very common, but you need to know how to do them in case they do appear in the exam. Okay, so here we go. Green energy is becoming more prevalent. I mean, this is the kind of thing that is in the newspapers every day. So if you read newspapers, if you listen to the radio, you probably know quite a lot, maybe more than you think. Yeah. So science experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated whether renewable energies are crucial to managing many environmental issues. Good. Well done. I like science experts. I think you can start to personalize and lose a bit of the template. And maybe we talked about this before. I think you can adapt a bit of the template. So science experts from all corners of the globe, something like that doesn't really matter, but something like that, have debated whether, yep, good, crucial and the key to managing. It's like they unlock everything. Okay. Some believe that there are serious threats related to this type of technology. Give me an example. What? Give me an idea, like an idea where you're going to go. Personally, I'm sorry, I disagree. This is, we'll discuss both sides. Use examples. Lovely, good. Okay. You could use examples from your country. I don't know where you are, Cesar. I kind of think you're in Colombia, but I don't know if you are. Maybe I just made that up. Give me an example from your country now, okay? Get it local. You've used UK government a lot. Now I'm going to highlight that. So the green things are the things you can start adapting, okay? Get that to be more personal. On the one hand, there's ample evidence that energy provided by natural processes such as solar, wind, or steam, good, now can bring significant challenges related to intermittency and storage capabilities. Okay, now could, may, might. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Did you know that vocab before you started, or did you look up that vocab? Because if you looked up that vocab, you're kind of cheating yourself. Yeah, you need to be able to just write this vocab without looking at it first. So that's my question. Hopefully, I mean, this is very high level. Maybe you know it, which is amazing. If you don't, you can say this in a different way. You can say it in another way. Yeah. The central reason behind this is the high upfront cost to invest in renewable energy, to invest uh, uh, initially. So that's like the beginning. Initially in renewable energy and the necessity to keep the energy flow constant. Yes, absolutely. For example, recent research by the UK government, okay, so I think you could change that there, yeah, demonstrated that the investment needed to build green energy generator structures, generators I don't think you need that. Generators. I don't want green. Stop. I'm going to change the colour of that actually. The green is template things, okay, and yellow is you. Or store all the green energy, green generators, and transport or storage of the energy are now or are the main challenges to the government. Okay, it must not be forgotten that, albeit slowly nowadays, these issues can be creatively solved if more solved creatively. I put the adverb the other side there. If more investments were made in scientific research, reducing the cost and consequently helping to make this option affordable. Fantastic. So this you are writing at a very, very high level. Okay, these arguments are great. Vocabulary is fantastic. Grammar's looking really good as well. So if you could do this without the preparation first, then you can relax. Yeah. On the other hand, although there are significant downsides relating to funding these green energy alternatives, its multifold advantages cannot be denied. This is largely because, in the long term, the investment might compensate. Might probably compensate. You can't might probably, because there's like too much suggesting. Might compensate for the initial upfront costs. So we can talk about upfront or startup costs. 2 words, sorry. For instance, an extensive study by Greenpeace illustrated that just 11% of Australian consumers people had invested in renewable energy fonts. I don't know what you mean by fonts. I've read that in another essay and I don't know what it means. Maybe it's just a mistranslation. Came back to traditional energy sources based on fossil fuels. Okay. Eventually came back to, you could say, maybe. Thus it's possible to say, well done, 40 minutes. Okay, good. Thus it's possible to say beyond doubt that renewables are definitely one of the most relevant options to solve the environmental problems that humans are now currently confronting. Okay, from the arguments given, I firmly believe that green energy is a crucial alternative to solve environmental problems like carbon emissions. Good. This you could put at the beginning of the carbon emissions. It's predicted. Yeah. I don't think you need that. I mean, it's okay, but if you're running out of time, you don't need it. It's a bit generic. Yeah, it's a bit general for any sentence. You could put something like, however, issues to do with possible shortages because of the weather need to be addressed, or backup issues need to be addressed, or something. Where are we? Yes, they're serious threats. So the threats, you need to address the threats. The supply runs out. That's the wind. But it's not windy or it's not sunny. Yeah, that's really, really important to say what you mean there. Otherwise, very, very nice task. You've done that very well. Your writing is good. You know what to do. Your main problem, I think, is your nerves, which is really hard, and I really have a lot of sympathy. Question 4, here we go, my math question. Now, normally you would have instructions. This is super hard because I don't know why, but there's no instructions. So you really are guessing here. The two maps show the new hotel site constructed on a previously unoccupied island. Okay, a new hotel site maybe because we don't know specifically which one. Good. Overall, the whole island was developed, making way for 14 tiny accommodation units and 3 main buildings with some entertainment areas around them. Okay, them plural. Okay, that's a great start. The size of the island stayed the same. Yeah, it's difficult to make an island bigger. Okay. So why don't you say the previously uninhabited island measures approximately 200 by 70 and was completely surrounded by sea. Obviously, that's an island. Yep. And was before development forested or was wooded in two areas, the north, where are we help, the north west and northeast corners and in the central southern area. So it's important to give me some geography in this response. Some native trees were removed, good, near the south and west coast, and a little bit was preserved. That's lovely. Okay, so I'm just questioning this because obviously an island is surrounded by the sea, sorry, and it's difficult to make an island bigger. So for me, that's just a bit illogical. Yeah. A new artificial lake was built on the east end, providing perfect place for fishing. Nice. On the south coast, a pier was built to give secure access to those who want to enjoy sailing. Good. The reception and some facility buildings were constructed roughly at the centre. The accommodation area was divided into beachside and lakeside. Okay, west and east respectively. I'd link this together here. It's feeding like quite a lot of short sentences. Finally, to give access between the accommodation and the hotel. The hotel I mean, we don't know if they did it. We don't know if they did it. Be careful. I would say footpaths were built, or footpaths were dug, or footpaths were constructed. There's a lot of lovely vocab we can have here. And to link the vehicles, some vehicle tracks were created. Okay, you've done that really, really nicely. Absolutely no problem with that at all. What we want is passive tense, passive voice here, which you've got. Yeah, you've done lots of passive. You've given me the main features. You've used some geographical terms, which is excellent. I'm going to send you those two links, the brainstorming and for this math question. But well done, Cesar, and get in touch when you want to continue. Okay, well done.